Hello, this is Megha Pandre. Today we will be doing second part of the chapter Effect of British Rule in India, lesson number 6. So here we continue with the help of PPT. Effects on social life. So what kind of effect was there on the social life of India? Warren Hastings, the picture itself you can easily make out. This is the picture of Warren Hastings, the person who was given the job of collecting revenue was known as collector. He also performed the function of a judge. The British system of administration destroyed our ancient system of self-rule. So during ancient days, the people were having their own self-rule system. In the ancient time, every village was like a small republic. Gram Panchayat handled the administration of the entire village. These panchayats were like the backbone of the self-rule in our country. So these panchayats used to manage their own responsibility. There were rules and regulations which were being implemented by Gram Panchayat. These institutions of local self-rule stood their ground even during the time of foreign invasion and the Sultanate period, but were destroyed due to the administrative policies of the Britishers. But because of the interference policies of the Britishers, these self-rule or the Gram Panchayat system were being destroyed. The policy of social reform by the company made people feel insecure and suspicious. There were a number of policies which were being implemented by the government where the Indian people thought that these are some of the policies which will ruin their culture. They felt that the government was trying to convert them to Christianity and destroy the Indian culture and religion forever. So there was no trust among the people of India towards the Britishers. Why? Because there were a number of policies which were being implemented. People believed that the Indian social system was deliberately undermined in the railways and militaries because there were a number of things which were being implemented by the Britishers where the people thought that they are trying to convert them to Christianity. An order was passed in Agra that every Indian had to salute the Britishers, and this type of order was being asked. Wherever you see any of the British officer, you have to salute. If it was not done, it was considered a crime. And if a person doesn't follow this, then it will be considered as a crime by that person and was liable for punishment, and he or she will be punished. As a result, there was a widespread sentiment of anger and hatred for the British among the Indians. And this is how the people slowly and steadily realize that they are not doing anything for the benefit of the people, and the people revolted. Destruction of Indian trade and industries. The handloom of India supplied textile to the markets of Asia and Europe. The traders from the European countries used to come to India to purchase commodities. The Indian made jute, silk, woolen, and cotton textile were in high demand in European markets. The soft and delicate muslin of Dhaka was world famous. Why it was world famous? Because it was so soft, even the whole of the sari could easily pass through a small ring. So this is the ring, and the whole of the sari could easily pass through a ring. Apart from textile, commodities such as silk, salt, petra, sugar, etc. were exported in exchange of tremendous amount of bullion, that is gold and silver. The whole scenario changed as the British rule was implemented. The flow of bullion, that is gold and silver, got reversed. In the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the British took round about 500 crore rupees as per today's standard only from Bengal during their rule. Just imagine the wealth the British would have accumulated from whole of the world as they were ruling in different parts of Asia also. With the help of raw material produced in India and the money collected from India, the business and industries in England prospered. So whatever the money they used to take from India, there was prosperity in their country. Their mills started progressing, and this is how they started progressing. They had their industrial revolution started during this time period. The cloth manufactured in England was imported in India without leaving any duty on it, whereas they were taxed up to 80% on clothes manufactured in India. The clothes which were being sold into the market of India was not at all taxed, but the cloth which was produced in India had to pay 80% of as tax. As a result, textile made in India became costlier in the Indian market itself. So this led to the commodities which were being produced in India became costly. Indian handicraft and the cottage industries could not withstand the competition and they could not sustain themselves. And because of that reason, because of the prices of the Indian commodities increased, people preferred imported items to buy, and the Indian commodities also could not stand against the competition, could not withstand the competition, and they could not sustain themselves. Many skill-based industries of our countries like textile industry, glass, paper, mineral, shipbuilding, etc. got ruined. Why? Because of the policies of the Britishers. Lacks of skilled workers became unemployed. Gradually, the poor worker of the rural area of India became poorer. So the poorer of India became more poorer. So here I end up with the explanation of this chapter. Till then, goodbye.